Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
the Cimorelli podcast.
Yeehaw!
Okay, so listen. First, gotta address the elephant in the room, which is this is not a normal podcast episode. Aww. This is a cool. Just kidding. This is a one-off.
Oh my gosh!
This is like a one-off. We wanted to give you guys as a special treat. I'll explain. Okay, so you guys just saw like a week ago on our YouTube that we're taking a break. Oh, gasp! You guys saw that video, I assume, right?
If you didn't, go watch it.
Right. I assume you saw that video. So yes, we're taking a break. And you're probably wondering, are you also taking a break from the Cimorelli podcast? Yes, we are. But there's a few buts I'm going to explain. So the first but is that we're doing
an exception.
Because I like saying that better.
Not an exception.
The first but is that we're doing this this episode for you guys, which is a full-on episode, but it's a little different. We're going to talk today about like a day in our lives and basically explain how we have like a work-life balance of balancing running a company and then actually having marriages, relationships, a child, friends, whatever else. Not throwing our whole life down the toilet, you know? Anyway, that's my first but. The second but is if you guys join our Patreon, you're still going to get some Cimorelli podcast-like content. Now, what is that, you ask? We're doing a series called Sisters Talk, and it's like we're having the same podcast discussions, but it's in like a different kind of format, but same thing. You guys get to choose on Patreon the topics. So you could be like, I want you guys to talk about
someone
performance
yesterday
anxiety.
said burying their emotions and like how do you get in touch and express yourself.
And then we're like, okay, we're going to do a full discussion of that and you guys get to send in the questions. Table. So that's only on our Patreon. The link is in the description. Join it for a month. See if you like it.
Yes.
And you want to stay. There's a lot of cool stuff there's so much cool stuff on Patreon.
Love
also,
Patreon.
There's a bunch of podcast episodes you haven't seen yet.
Yeehaw.
So you could also go there and binge all those episodes while you wait for our next season. The last but is... I don't know if it's a but I think maybe this last but.
The last but is her. The last
but is season 6 is coming, and we're doing something exciting for season 6. We're switching it up, and can't give away too much, but it's under renovations right now. So season 6 is coming and we're very excited about our plans for it, but you'll see. So just give us some time. We're taking a break. We're really like renovating everything.
Yeah, we want to come back like better. We don't just want to be like, all right, we're taking a break. All right, we're back. Same thing. Same old, you know?
Yeah, like,
I want to be revamped.
New look, same great taste.
It's like new look, better taste.
Yeah.
Still great product.
Yeah,
exactly.
So anyway, that's the plan. I'm really excited about it. Get ready.
Get ready. It's time.
So we're going to jump into the topic of conversation for today.
Yeehaw!
Which is work-life balance.
/ a day in our lives.
Right? Kind of, yes.
Oh.
It's like a day in our life. I hate the word balance.
I love it.
Not because it's a bad idea.
Love it.
Listen, not because it's a bad idea. Because I think people use the word balance in a really cliche way, and then you just think like you just need to balance things.
Oh yeah.
You just have a date night once a week.
Yeah, when people tell you that, I'm like, okay, you're not giving me any advice that actually works, are you?
It's like those TikToks where they're like, oh, if you just say this random thing that doesn't mean anything in a meeting, you sound good. And one of them is like,
oh my God.
We just have to find that balance.
I've never seen that. Exactly what I'm talking about.
It's also one of those things though where when you understand it, then you go back, you're like, oh, I get it now. I found my balance.
Yeah.
But that person didn't help
Exactly.
you get there because they didn't say anything
they said the word
useful.
balance. Yeah.
But
So
it was
it's a great-
true.
It's a great idea. It just the word is overused and just like killed.
It's a great
or
thing.
Yeah, it just got like diluted.
So guys, we're gonna let you guys in to our days. So we're gonna tell you guys like our general mornings, like before work starts, kind of. Yeah, before work starts. We're going to say mornings before work starts. Then we're going to talk about our work day. Then we're going to tell you about our evening post work. So we'll start with Lisa. We're going to go down the line and we're going to say what our mornings look like before we start work.
Lisa's morning. I spit in the sink.
Oh, I do.
Whatever the heck Lisa's weird morning things.
Okay, if you've seen our morning routine videos on YouTube, you know where this is going. But I will say, in the context of work-life balance, I have had a really actually difficult journey finding that. And I think in our first morning routine video, I was just like, I wake up, I brush my teeth, and I start working. Like, I didn't really think of like, good. I as a person matter to have some happiness in my day before I jump into what everyone else needs from me. So, and also now it's different that I'm like married and pregnant. Like before, for you singletons out there, I would say that I used to wake up, and when I was working on this, I would try to like go on a walk or sit outside, just do something that's like me time before jumping into all that. But now it's like I wake up, usually my husband and I somehow always wake up around the same time. We try to like hang out a little in the morning before doing anything else and like, check in with each other. And then if depending on how early we're starting or how much time I have, which it's pretty regular, I will go on a walk or something. There might be something that I want to do for a personal project, but for me that's like exciting. It's still me time. Like, I need to like just send this thing off so that I make progress on that. That feels good. Or, I still like wake up and brush my teeth and all these basic things that are not really a morning routine. It's like basic hygiene and survival.
Basic hygiene and
but
survival.
my routine is literally like wake up, hang out with my husband, eat breakfast, brush my teeth, whatever. No, brush my teeth, then eat breakfast. Ew. And then
Same.
chill and then start working. It's not that much, but I make sure that I have at least an hour or an hour and a half before I get into work now. Whereas before I would just wake up, start. So I give myself some buffer time, even if I don't accomplish anything, to just be like, okay, it matters that my brain can slowly ease into this.
And
that
when do
is
you
important.
wake up?
I wake up at between 8 and 9 lately.
She's a night owl. Okay,
To me, that sounds so early.
What's your
but it's not.
schedule?
Okay, so I used to be like, I gotta wake up early, do all this stuff. Yeah. And then I realized that was ruining my life because when I tried to like do all this stuff in the morning, I'm not kidding, I would be filled with rage. So angry.
Deep
like,
rage.
So annoyed. Like, why am I doing this? This is the worst thing
so
I've ever
true.
done.
Whoa.
So horrible.
This is the
Horrible. So instead,
I actually love doing that. I just never can.
no, I hate it so much. So what I do instead is, first off, I used to have a problem where I would basically do what you were saying, where you wake up and you spit in the sink and then you start working. And I would feel really stressed in the morning. I was like, I got to just do this thing that's stressing me out so that it's not like weighing on me forever. But I set a boundary where I don't work before 9 a.m. I refuse to do it.
I think I don't work before 10.
And when I first started that, it was really stressful. But now it's nice because I wake up like 8 o'clock-ish. And I basically just do what you're saying, where I just try to like chill. I really like to take a walk, not hit the gym. Yeah. No. Just like a nice walk.
Like a
If I
meditation
feel
stroll.
really energetic, maybe I'll like run, make it more of like a workout thing. But the main point of it though is that I want to like get my thoughts settled for the day. Like, and going on a walk's helpful for that because I just kind of think about like, who am I? What am I feeling? Like, what is the day? What is my life? Not like, it's not that deep, but it's just kind of like, I like ground myself. I like to do that
like tuning
before I
in.
start. Instead of like, you wake up, gotta do this, gotta do that. No. Wake up and like ground myself.
Love it.
Like, you're grounded.
Wow, who would have thought Miss Priss and Sonic the Hedgehog actually have almost the same routine?
Why are
I
you
know, it's
Sonic?
crazy.
Yeah, just like
Get up.
And Laura
Smell like
Miss
Then I
Priss and
drink my lavender tea. I hang up a
No,
white
do not
sheet
do
on
that.
my window.
What?
That's what I think of when people do those
I hang
morning
up a
routines.
white sheet
I
on my
do
window.
90,000 things,
People are like,
and then
I
I'm
wake up
ready
at
to
5.
send. They say then I'm ready to
That's
send
my
one
routine,
email. My work day is done. Then I lay down and meditate.
Let me add one thing. I did start trying to eat breakfast within 30 minutes of waking up, which I never have an appetite. But this girl on Instagram told me that if I just try to eat, eventually I will get my appetite back, which happened.
Girl,
So I do
Good
eat
one.
breakfast now, and it's really great. And I thought I would never be able to.
That's good.
okay, so is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is very scheduled and very easy because I have a baby. I'm completely scheduled now, which I was when I was born, actually, honestly. And then I left it, and now I'm back. So
Gonna pop out of the
here's
womb
my
with the calendar.
My schedule. I wake up between 4 and 5 every morning. Unfortunately, not by choice. Just because Barrett squawks then and then he goes back to sleep. I don't know why, but today he screamed
He's like a
bloody
rooster.
murder. I don't know why this happens, but hopefully it will stop one day. So I wake up between 4 and 5 every day, and then I lay in bed until 7. I listen to a podcast or I think for a long time.
Oh wow.
I just lay there and I just think for 2 or 3 hours. So today I thought from 4:30 until 7:30 actually. So
3 hours.
That's a lot of thinking.
it really is a lot of
For that
thinking.
long.
It's really good. I've been avoiding thinking for years, honestly, so I'm catching up. So then I get Barrett up normally at 7 or 7:30, never later than 7:30. But normally 7 o'clock, we get up and I feed him. Then we go on a walk normally. And on the walk, I actually start my work, but it's not the start of my work day. I do work like work stop. And it works well with me. So I go on a walk and I start my work and I think about all of our stuff. And most of my job is thinking, like almost all of it for the band is thinking about stuff. Like being like, here's what we should do. Here's the direction. Here's the strategy, blah, blah, blah. It's like we have all these puzzles that have to be solved. So I solve a lot of them. And then I come and go, guys, I got the solution or I got the plan, whatever. So I go on a walk for normally 30, 40 minutes and I think about all the work stuff that I have to think about. And I write down notes on the walk. And I send texts like, hey guys, don't forget this, remember this, blah, blah, whatever. Then after my walk, normally I have a little bit of time before Barrett goes to sleep, but I don't really do much then. I just kind of play with Barrett. Then I put Barrett down for his nap and I journal / read in that time / take a shower. So that's like my me time, check in with my brain, like more intentionally. Like I think about what I'm going to journal in the early morning and then I actually do it at that time. So I'm like, okay,
I was gonna say, what
you
kind of
plan
things
out
do you
your
think about
journaling.
at 4 to 7?
anything.
Like, it's just anything.
I think about
Is it always like business
my mental health. I'm like,
related or-
okay, this is what I should do. This, that, the other thing. Or I think about like band stuff. I don't really normally I don't think about stressful stuff. I refuse to allow myself to think about anything stressful in the morning until I'm like on a walk in the morning or at night. I'm not, my brain is not open for that. It's not
Not
happening.
open for business.
I do not do it. I'm
ladies.
like, nope, I will think about that later. Absolutely not. So I really shut that out. I do not do that. So yeah, I journal and then I shower and then Barrett wakes up and then I feed him again. And then if there's a babysitter coming to play with him, then I can start work stuff then, or I will try to start working on something while he's playing. And it sometimes works and it sometimes doesn't work. So it kind of depends on what's happening. So I'm either like recording something or typing something or thinking and note taking or watching something and note taking. I think that's all. Or listening to something and note taking. That's basically all I'm doing. It's just note taking for the most part. Not that much recording recently. And that's kind of the morning of maybe work a little bit, but mostly not too much before working. So that's
a lot of prep.
What about you?
So mine's changed a lot in the last couple of years. Kind of how Lauren said, I used to have this thing on my door that was like morning routine and it had like 10 things on it. And it was like visualize, exercise, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I literally was just mocked by that every day. Because what I would normally do, I'm being completely honest
Cat
here,
had a bully sign
was
on her
I
door.
was so overwhelmed by how busy and overscheduled my life was that I would just go on my phone for like an hour in the morning and be like, I don't want to think about any of this. So it was like the pressure of the over the top list, like really like made me do the opposite of that and just be like very unproductive. But when I married my husband, I had a huge change because he is so much more of a relaxed person than I am. And yet he's very hardworking, very dedicated to his work, and gets a lot done during the week. So I was like, how does he do it? So living with him has been really helpful for me because I've tried to adopt more of his habits because I see they're way more healthy than mine were. So I realized like in the mornings, he just does not do work stuff. He wakes up, he really takes his time, and I like do this with him. Wake up, really take our time, make coffee.
That is literally
We make breakfast, which is usually bagels. We always make bagels. I usually have him make me a bagel when I lay on the couch.
Make me a bit. I love it.
And then,
tell him,
and then
okay.
he comes over and we talk, and then we read the Bible. Some mornings he's actually has to work really, really early. He's like a personal trainer and a running coach.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he doesn't get up at 4 sometimes.
Yeah, but only for a couple mornings a week. And then sometimes he coaches at like 7. But anyway, so when he's there, we like spend time together, read the Bible. And if he's working that morning, then I'll make my own bagel and sit
Your own
and
Bible.
just like read my Bible, or I'll read like a devotional or whatever. I always try to do prayer in the morning. Like to me, it's like prayer and breakfast are the non-negotiables. And if I have extra time, I'll try to exercise. It happens like a couple times a week.
Oh, that
But-
reminds me. When I'm laying in bed, I'm actually praying for a lot of it, but I almost don't distinguish between. I just realized that
Yeah.
between thinking and praying, I'm like God, and I'm talking to God like for a lot of it. Since
I
you
do
were
that
asking,
too.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. Anyway,
But
continue.
yeah, that's pretty much it for my morning. It's not that complex. It's very simple. And if I had
bagel,
a
read
good
the Bible.
breakfast and,
Bagel and
do some
Bible.
prayer time, I feel like I'm ready. I feel very refreshed, and like just talking to Max, like I feel good.
Wait, and
say
what's
what
the
time?
time
No one's
period?
saying time on this.
Well,
thing.
I wake up at like, I usually naturally wake up at like probably about 8. That's like just my body's natural clock. And I had mono for so long, so I stopped trying to force myself to wake up early, and still have felt like I was recovering for that for a long time. So I just kind of like sleep as much as I can and usually wake up at 8. That's like pretty much when my body wakes
dream.
up. But yeah, so I wake up at 8, do that stuff, and we really take our time, and then we probably get started to work at like 9:30 and start doing like all of our tasks for the day, like random tasks. But we do take like a good hour to an hour and a half if we have it that day to like just be together, eat, talk, and pray. And that's it. So
you.
Well, okay. So, it changes a lot. Well, not really. Yeah, I don't know. Fluctuates a lot. But this really inspired me because I'm like, I think about certain times in my life where I was waking up early and doing a lot of stuff that I loved, and it really like made me feel like, oof, I love it. I love
So opposite of
the
me.
morning. Yes. I stan the morning so hard. Like if I ran a stan account, it would be for the morning and the sun. And yeah, it
I
would
agree
be.
actually.
So,
for
like,
myself, I'll
Usually,
break the count.
if
I'll
I
make
go
the
to
count
bed at
with you.
like 10:30, which I would like to do every night, sometimes I get some, unfortunately, revenge nighttime procrastination.
wait,
But
what?
revenge nighttime procrastination. When you feel like you don't have freedom throughout the day, then you stay up a lot
Oh.
later
yeah.
doing dumb stuff that you
Oh, that's
don't need to
relatable.
do. And because you just
Online
don't want to go
shopping.
to bed because you either don't want to think about something or just don't feel good. So I wake up from literally any time from like 6:30 to 7:30. And a lot of times if I wake up at 6:30, then I'll go to church, which is the goal usually. So at my best, I go to church and then I take a nice walk. I do some guess the songs. It's fun. And then I come back, and that's a long time to do those two things. So that's usually all I do. And then I take a shower, and then sometimes I'll do like some visualization, some like journaling, but not usually. But that is what I would like to do. So I'm gonna start doing this again. But that's really all I do.
So that's our mornings. Now we're gonna talk about our workday, but we're not really gonna go into as much detail as we just did. We're kind of more just gonna give like our little tips of things that we do throughout the workday that maybe help us stay focused, that like decrease our stress in some ways. And then we'll do a longer part, kind of like what we just did for the nighttime evening. So for our workday, does anyone have any practices
Yes.
or tips they want to throw out there?
Okay, so I have a lot of, not a lot. I used to have a lot of independent work outside of the group stuff. Now it's not so much, but every Friday I still have to get the video up, and there's different things that I'm doing throughout the week. So when I'm working on my own, that's like what I'll talk about, because in the meetings, I'm just sitting there taking it all in. When I'm working by myself, there's a couple things. First of all, my list of things to do for like, personal things I have to do, work things I have to do, and then just stuff I want to do. if I know I can't get it all done today, I have to prioritize. So I'm like, okay, this has to happen first. Okay, cool. And like this has to be done today and this has to be done today. If I have time, I'll do these other things, but everything else can wait. So that helps me de-stress a lot because I'm like, I know I can get these 3 things done, even if I don't finish all this, and I have to, so that's good. And I use a lot of like reminders on my phone, like, all right, when I get home tonight, I have to dive into that. So I'm like, all right, at 4:30, remind me to upload the video from Pablo, our editor, or whatever.
So
I live
many
off
reminders.
Lots of reminders.
We have a lot
and
of
then
alarms
save
going
me.
off in this family.
when I am like editing, working, whatever, I leave my phone in the other room or I put it behind my laptop where I
Ooh,
can't
that's smart.
see it. I do not sit there and like, watch a video. Hold on, let me check. Hold on, because that just stretches my time out.
So
and
far.
when I was like single and isolated and lonely and didn't have a lot of like social time, then I was like, whatever, my time doesn't matter. So I just stretch my tasks out. But now I'm like, no. I want to get this done and I want to move on with my life. So I just sit there and focus and like get the thing done. I mean, the other day I was uploading until 2 a.m, but I was like, I have to finish this. I will not stretch this out even longer. So anyway, phone behind the laptop is great because it's like if someone needs to contact you or if you can't like leave it into the room, at least you don't see it. And then if it goes off, you can be like, okay, let me check. Is that the person that needs to reach me? Nope. Okay, put it back. Yeah, prioritizing is the best de-stressor for me. And I think that's all I got.
Anyone else have a tip?
Well, it's not a tip. It's like what you do.
Yeah, your practices.
A practice.
I have a lot of things, but I don't know what they all are. I know that one thing is I plan the entire week before the week. So I plan it the week before. Every day is planned
So
out. This is
key.
what I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday. It's all planned.
That is
So I already know what I'm
key.
doing when I wake up. I don't have to be like, oh, what do I have to do? I have to write the schedule. No. It's already
That's
written.
bad.
Second off, I focus way better on some days, I only really have to do things that include like writing and thinking, and not like recording or something. So if I don't have anything to do that's like a recording thing, I go to a coffee shop. I don't know why I focus 10,000 times better in
It's
a
kinda
coffee
fun,
shop
too.
because
Kinda
it's like,
fresh.
okay, I'm here to do these things on my list and that's what I'm going to do. Like, I don't really get distracted. And it's also kind of like, oh, have a little treat.
It's a good tip.
a little muffin, a little
bag.
coffee. It's like, it's fun for me. So that helps me focus a lot. So I do that. That's kind of my main things for like when I do individual work. But then, okay, everyone here already knows I am very much an introvert. Okay. But I had to see these people like every day
For a lot of time.
hours on end. Okay,
It's
so
like, get me
4
out of
hours.
here.
No,
that is hours on end. So
4 hours is hours.
yes,
that's a long
that
time.
is so long.
Do you ever sit there with your friend
I've never
for
been an
4
introvert.
hours and
Yes, I
talk
have
and
done
talk?
So
If I've like saved up a lot of social time, I can do that. But otherwise, that is draining.
yeah. So the first thing that I did, which was very good, was I campaigned to do less time of everyone together because I realized it was ruining my life. No offense to you guys, because we used to spend more time together.
I can't
literally
do this too.
couldn't
and I
take
thought,
it.
like you were the one that actually got to happen.
But I'm just telling you, I couldn't take it as an introvert. So also because of that, there's things I have to do every day in that group environment for me to handle it.
Get through it.
So number one, no offense, not offensive to you guys. It's just the
It's
truth.
you.
No,
Yeah.
it's not offensive.
So number one thing that is really draining about being around people is that I like try to read everyone's minds the whole time. And I get kind of like hyper vigilant of like, oh, is this person saying something? It's hurting this person's feeling. Oh, is this person listening?
do
Oh,
that.
this person just said that. Does that person feel this way? Blah, 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 blah. And that's
No, I do
really
that too.
draining.
Yeah,
And I
same.
don't think that's just an introvert thing, but for me, that is a big reason why being around people is draining to me.
Yeah.
So keeping that in check is something I am really focused on. It's like, okay, no, I don't need to think about what anyone else is thinking. If they need to say something, they will say it. I just need to listen to what is being said, think about what I think and how I feel and what I need. So that's one thing. Number two is that when we take a break, I make sure I take a real break. So if I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone during this break, I don't. Sometimes I want to talk. I want to engage in a convo. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I can't do that. And I used to feel guilty of like, oh no, I don't think I'm ignoring them if I don't. No.
I literally
And
don't
guilt.
notice.
I've never thought that you were ignoring.
Yeah, I never thought.
Yeah,
Okay,
ever.
well,
Well,
it's really
good.
not engaged during this break.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
I just don't want you
yeah.
guys to think I don't care
You're
about
just
what
a
you have
quiet
to say.
person, and
Yeah, I
I'm like, if she
appreciate
speaks
that.
up, she'll.
So
she
I
wants to,
take
speak
a
up.
break socially when we take breaks sometimes. Like, I'm like, I'm just going to take a nap, kind of. Not really, but like lay on this couch and not listen or just go on Pinterest, whatever. Like,
Love Pinterest.
take,
Tune out.
like, socially withdraw.
Socially distance yourself
when I need
from
to.
this narrative.
And then I think that's kind of the main like social things. But I also make sure I drink enough water. And you know what I do? This is not sponsored, but I drink Liquid IV, which is so good and I love it. And it makes me actually drink water. And I make sure I have enough snacks because if I don't have enough water or snacks, I will die.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
gotta
agree.
bring the snacks.
Yeah.
Gotta have all the snacks.
So that's kind of like my practices.
Okay, so my tip I'm going to throw out there of something that I do is I just really make sure that the time block that I'm in, I just use it for that. So when I'm in work time, I'm not like, oh, I need to think about this thing with Nick right now. Oh, my friend, this. I'm like, no. Do not do that. If you need to text someone, to myself, I'll do it on our break. But I'm not going to do it in the middle of the work time. In the break time, I'll do that. But as soon as I get back into work, I'm just in work. And then when work's over, work is over. I'm not thinking about it. It's over. That is a huge game changer. Because if you just, all your different things are spewing into the next one, it's very stressful. So that's a practice that I do that helps me a lot. Anyone else have a tip?
My tip is just to make your work enjoyable, and I always put on a playlist while I'm working.
Yeah, I do too.
And I also like to have like really good snacks, because you gotta have good snacks to get your work done.
Yes.
I really like working. I don't mind it at all, and I'm very like a diligent worker. I just have to like not get distracted and not forget stuff. So I set a lot of alarms, and I have a good snack, and I put on a playlist, and it makes it fun.
Yeah, I just like clean up my room first and then get a good bev and then it's on. Just
Set the scene.
yes,
Set the
you gotta set the
scene.
scene.
That's
work
true,
fun.
actually. Setting the scene
You
does help.
cannot work in a cluttered environment. Oh my gosh.
Or if
Ugh.
you're hungry, get some food.
Yes,
Yes.
set the scene. Okay, lastly, we're going to tell you about our evening. What
Our
happens
evening.
after work? What's your routine?
Okay. Now I'm pregnant. The first thing I think is, what am I gonna eat? Ooh, can't wait to get home
I'm
and
not
eat
pregnant.
more.
That's the first thing I think.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What
Well,
the heck?
now that I'm pregnant, I eat all of the time, like more than usual. So, gotta think about food. Then I get home. Usually, it depends if there's something I have to do. There's usually personal stuff that I want to do, like, oh, I really want to finish this song I'm working on, or whatever. Got to send this off to this guy, whatever. So I send a few things, and I'm like, just get it done, Lisa. Before you get out of your car, send the email. All right, before you even get in the house. I get home, again, hang with my husband, hang out. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, such a beautiful day. Would you like to go on a walk with me? He either accepts or declines, depending on what he's doing. So I'll go on a walk with him or by myself. And if I have something to do, I say, hey, I'm going to go do this thing upstairs. Like, that's code for just don't draw me into some
Leave me
TV
alone.
show or conversation, whatever. I'm like, I'm putting a boundary down. I have to do this thing because otherwise we just hang out all night. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go upstairs and do this. And he knows, oh, okay, go watch some show that Lisa hates while she works. So he does that. It's great. It's a great system. Then when I'm done, we usually watch whatever show we're watching and just eat dinner together and chill. The nights are really chill. Just a lot of fun time and like necessities.
All right. What's your schedule?
Honestly, I just get really drained, which I'm trying to figure out how to not be so drained when I get home, but I'm like, I don't know, working on that. So I'm like, I can't really do anything. Sometimes I do have some energy though, and I'll work on something, but generally it's like, I'm really drained, tired. So I eat something, I watch something for a bit, and then I like talk to friends, go hang out with someone, talk on the phone, or like have a me time moment and like take a bath and chill and go to sleep. I do really chill evenings. Sometimes I'll exercise in the evening actually if I'm not that drained.
Watch
So-
something, eat something.
After
something
everyone
spicy.
leaves from work from work. Then Barrett has a nap. So normally he does like a tiny nap while I'm holding him, like 15 minutes at the end of the day, just a cat nap. So do the cat nap. And then once he's awake, I have to feed him. That's a whole other thing. And then I play with him, make dinner, and relax basically. But I'm just playing with him at that point. And then Nick comes home. We eat dinner, hang out with Nick, talk to Nick. And at this point, like I'm turning the lights down. Now I'm wearing my like blue light blocking glasses, and because I go to bed in between 7 and 8 when Barrett goes to bed. So
I mean,
I
if
have
you're
a
waking
couple
up
hours.
at 4, you gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I got a couple hours really. And
I forgot to say that I go to bed between 11:30 and 1 a.m. So there's anywhere from like 5 to 7 hours of hanging out, chilling, shooting the breeze.
I have like 3 hours. And then literally all I do at that point, talk to Nick, take my supplements, drink some chamomile tea, put Barrett to bed, get in bed. That's it. That's my nights.
Yeah, nighttime is precious time. It's like fun and relaxing time. I love the evenings. I come home, finish up any work that I have left, and then I have like a little bit of me time, like in that kind of later afternoon to early evening part, depending on what time we finish work that day. So sometimes I take a bath. I love taking baths, or I'll go on a walk, or I'll read whatever book I'm reading and just have like some me time, nothing else. And then after that, my husband and I will make dinner. Or if he's at work that night, which he works some nights, then I'll make dinner for him, and I'll put on like the Great British Baking Show or something, or Marriage or Mortgage.
Yes.
Watch like some girly show that he hates, as we said about Chad. And then when he gets home, we'll like eat dinner together, talk, watch a show together, and then go to sleep. So it's just a fun, chill time.
What time do you go to bed?
Like 11, probably. Yeah, pretty. 11 is pretty common.
Oh, me too. I go to bed around
11 to 8 is like my time.
I can't hear.
What?
Basically, just that's so late. Ugh.
Oh.
Didn't you say you go
Get
to bed
home.
at 10:30?
Yeah, what's
Or
the difference
10.
between 10:30 and
My goal
11?
is
It's not
10.
even that different.
My
Okay.
goal is 10. When I go to bed at 11, I'm like, this is too far.
Okay.
No, everyone's body is different.
Too far. Yes, it is. So I think I have a disease that I caught from Catherine, aka
What?
doing things every single night with no sort of self what is that
no.
word? Preservation.
Just get a really chill husband.
It's
It'll help you.
I don't think I could deal with a chill husband. I'd be like, you're too chill, go away.
No, it's nice. It's really nice.
I can't hear.
No,
So-
I think she actually means like slow moving.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Amy, you are the chill husband. You have to be it for yourself.
Yeah.
I know. I need to be my own
I tried to be
chill
the chill husband for myself, and I couldn't.
So basically, I come home, I sit there for a little bit, and then like read or watch something. I don't know. And then I go do something, and it's usually stressful because I'm like, I'm doing something every day. I need to stop.
Wait,
like
when you say
seeing
do
a
something, you
friend?
mean like going out somewhere?
like seeing a friend or
I used to do
doing
that.
a thing. I don't
Social
know.
activity?
And it was a
That
lot
was
more
tiring.
before all the like stuff shut down. But like it gets to be a lot. And then my body makes me like half sick in the stress cold, and then I cry. But I'm trying to stop doing that. It's very, very difficult. But yeah, I do something and then I come home and then I try to start getting ready for bed at 9:30, 9:15. Because then I have to because I have a long thing. Like I pray the rosary. I read, or I don't read. I need to read. Oh my gosh. Okay, stop doing things so you can read.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm getting so stressed out thinking about
praying
it.
the rosary takes 20 minutes
It
alone.
takes 15.
You should just
17.
get Audible and start listening. We should be
Yes.
sponsored Audible.
Audible sponsor
Then
us.
then you won't be like, I need to read. Just listen to it while you're in the shower every day.
True.
You'll get 15 minutes
Amy, you're
every
such
day.
a creature of
my
routine.
shower is 2 minutes.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
you need to lengthen your
Amy.
shower.
You're such a creature of routine. I really recommend that you pick just one night a week to start of like, this is my alone night.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
No, I really think you could do it.
Yeah,
I think you could do it.
And then people are like,
Tuesday
"I'm doing something." I'm like,
nights.
okay.
Tuesday night.
Okay. Anything else in your
So
routine?
then I do the rosary journal, and then I started doing moisturizer, so that's a new thing.
Good.
So I wash my face and put on moisturizer, and that's the entirety of my skincare.
Nice.
And then I sleep.
There you have it. That's like a condensed
taste
version.
test?
A condensed version of a day in the life for us. I want to remind you guys, join Patreon and check out our Sisters Talk series. And also, we're coming back with season 6.
Yay!
Cannot wait. So make sure you're subscribed so you know when we're back. And once again, if you want double the podcast episodes, you got to be on Patreon. Don't want to miss out on that. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
We hope you
Wish
got
us
something out
luck.
of this.
Wish
you
us
know.
luck in our break.
Yes.
And yeah, we definitely hope this was helpful to you guys in some way. I hope.
think
I
it was.
always love hearing people's day in the life for some reason. I'm like so nosy. I love
Same.
love to know. I want to see what's in your fridge. I want to know your schedule. I want to know what you eat in a day. I don't know why. I love knowing that.
I agree.
I really don't know why, but I love it. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you loved it. Check out Patreon, and we'll see you guys in season 6.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Now, here's a preview of our new Patreon-only series, Sisters Talk.
Any tips on working on self-awareness from Gracia?
Oh, I kind of feel like we just said that.
I think you just
yeah, I
have to
think that
schedule
was-
a time in for it.
To me,
I think that was all the tips we just gave.
but to
Yeah.
me, I don't want to schedule time into it, so I do it more. I would do it on more like things I was already doing, like on the drive
Shower.
home.
Oh,
Like a specific thing I'm already doing because I'm like,
That's
I
a
don't want
great
to
tip.
make extra time to do it, so I do it on something I'm already doing, like driving. That's what
I
do.
always do it in the shower. I'm like, okay, what am I feeling right now? I think you told me this like a mindfulness shower thing.
yeah.
I do it all the time. Lord, this a couple of years ago, I think. I do it all the time in the shower. I'm like,
I don't.
this
I
is
get
your
out.
moment. No one is asking you to do anything, hopefully. You're in the shower. What are you feeling right now? So that's a good tip.
I get in and out in 2 minutes.
Oh my
Stop
God.
doing
Yeah,
every shower.
okay. I think. Oh, I was just gonna say when you're driving, either put on a song that matches your mood, or don't listen to any music.
Yeah.
And say,
That's
what
so
am I
true.
thinking about right now? What's on mind? Like a lot of times, that's like the 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, where you're not doing anything. You're not gonna answer emails, calls, whatever. Like you're alone. Then no one can bother you. So it's like that's a great time to check.
Wait, that made me think of one thing. Sorry, Kat.
Okay.
Is listening to music until you find, oh, this song hits. Sometimes I don't know what I'm feeling.
Yes.
Listening to songs, I'm like,
I do
oh
that.
my
Wait, we do
gosh,
like all the
that's
same
it.
things. It's so
Put your
funny.
phone on shuffle.
Yes.
I saw that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am
Well, I
angry.
try
or
like
whatever.
my angry playlist, and I'm like, not really hitting my like sad playlist. And I'm like, and then like, oh, this song.
That
oh,
is
that's
so true.
I have like a really simple tip. It's because I feel like the things we were talking about before are like, oh, you've let your emotions build up so badly and now it's coming out. Whereas like, I feel like self-awareness is how do you make it a habit to avoid exploding with emotion?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So I would say create a daily and very simple, because if you make it too complicated, you're not going to do it. Create a daily self check-in routine. So,
Oh.
for instance, it could be you put something on your bathroom mirror that reminds you, check in with myself. And while you're brushing your teeth every day, you just say,
in.
how am I feeling? And you think about it for a couple minutes and just kind of think about, okay, how am I feeling? And stop ignoring yourself for like 5 minutes. Or like when you take a shower, maybe you can put like a waterproof sign in your shower, or you set an alarm on your phone at a certain time, like right before you go to bed, you like spend 5 minutes just breathing and thinking and checking in with yourself. And you'd be surprised at how much your body and your soul wants to talk to you and wants to tell you. And we're just in such a consumeristic society where we're distracted. But if you just make that little ritual daily, it'll make a huge difference in your overall life.